Okay, deflation. No doubt, deflation is opposite of inflation. It is opposite of inflation. So in inflation we have seen that prices are increasing. Okay, so inflation we have seen yesterday that prices are increasing. Whereas in deflation, as I told you that it is opposite of inflation. So no doubt in saying that in deflation prices are decreasing. Okay, prices are decreasing. Now I told you that deflation. Okay, so when we talk about yesterday types of inflation, so there I told you that deflation will come after high inflation. Okay, deflation will come after, okay, the deflation will come after high inflation. Now here don't confuse with that, maybe possibility that you infer in this way that deflation will always come after high inflation. No, I am not saying this thing. Again, listen it carefully. Deflation will come after high inflation, but I am not saying that it will always come after high inflation. What I can say, what basically I am saying, deflation can come at any stage. Okay, even if your economy is having creeping inflation, then also deflation will come. Okay, but it is for sure that if you will not maintain high inflation, then deflation will definitely come. Okay, it is for sure that if you are not able to reverse the high inflation trend, then definitely deflation will come. Okay, so it means deflation can come at any stage, but for after this, there is a surety that it will come. Okay, so first we'll talk about this, ki why it comes after high inflation, and we'll see the other conditions also, ki in what other conditions deflation can come. Okay, so ultimately we can say this is one of the condition. This is one of the condition that if efforts are not made to reverse the deflation, then definitely, okay, deflation will come. Okay, but deflation can come in other conditions also. Okay, deflation can come in other conditions also. Okay, so this is what I am telling about. Okay, so first we'll talk about this only, that why it comes after. Okay, deflation can come in other conditions also. Okay, so with respect to other conditions we'll talk about later. Okay, but first we'll discuss why it come after high inflation. So I gave you two questions that time, even yesterday itself, that you have to tell me why deflation come after high inflation. So I hope you have tried to search out why deflation come after high inflation. This is one question that I have given you. Number one. Number two, the second question that I have given you, that why deflation is dangerous. Why deflation is dangerous. Okay. So two questions that I have given you. So first I will answer this and then this. Clear? And then we'll see the other conditions of deflation. So ultimately what we are going to do, first I will answer first question, second question, and then we'll see the other condition. So this is the three concepts I am going to tell you in next, you can say 15-20 minutes. So be careful, okay, or give your full concentration. Clear? Clear? Okay. Now one student has written reason deflation after inflation. That is what I am going to tell you it up. Okay. 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 Clear? Okay. Karan asking, sir, must sir, aap kaise? I am also fine, Karan. Okay. Now, why deflation after high inflation? So I am going to answer you the first question. Okay. Now in high inflation, okay, so basically you have to understood that on one side there is a producer, or you can say owner of the factory, okay, or businessman. On other side there is a consumer. Okay. Now if you see during the situation of high inflation, if you see during the situation of high inflation, during the situation, so please listen it carefully, during the situation of high inflation, one thing is sure, that producer or what is the condition of producer, that producer is not going to produce product. Producer is not going to produce the new product. Okay, so I am talking about new product, means there will be no new production. So means by this time, or you can say in the high inflation situation, there will be no new production, or if there will be, that is very less. Okay, so there will be no new production. Okay, producer is not going to produce new product. Okay, so we can say one thing, that there is no new production and very less production. Okay, I am talking about new production. Okay, now why? Because at very high prices, producer is not going to purchase the raw material. Okay, because the situation is of high inflation. So we can say at very high prices, okay, at very high prices, producer will not purchase raw material. Clear? This is for sure. If you are a producer, you will definitely not purchase it. Number one. Okay. Now, when this is the condition, it means producer will lay off the people also. Okay. So you can say unemployment will also increase. Okay. So ultimately there will be very less employment. Okay, or very less staff with the producer. So if you are a factory owner and situation is of high inflation, definitely you will also do the same thing. So you can see this at macro level. So at macro level, all the companies or majority of the company will have this status. Yes or no? I hope this is clear to you. Okay. Clear? I hope this is clear to you. Yes or no? Please, this situation is clear. Please tell me. Okay. Now, when we talk about the situation of consumer, so what is the situation of consumer is, no doubt, most of the consumers, means those who are working in these factory, no doubt they themselves are the consumers. Okay. They themselves are the consumers. So ultimately the situation of consumer is that they are at the stage that they are withdrawing their savings. So yesterday we have seen that whenever high inflation is there, people start withdrawing their savings. Okay. So when this is a situation, so ultimately we can say that first of all, most of the consumers are unemployed. Second, they are dependent on savings. Okay. And when this is a situation, it means whatever money you will spend in a very judicious manner. Okay. So ultimately we can say that most of the consumers are unemployed. Number one. Number two, they are dependent on savings. They are dependent on savings. So in this condition, no doubt, consumer will spend money. Consumer will spend money judiciously. Okay, or you can say very carefully. Yes or no? So consumer will spend money judiciously. So this is what you have to remember. Now moving further. Now when this is the situation, so it means neither producer is ready to produce new products nor consumer is ready to spend money. Now when this is a situation, so you will see that no doubt the same producer will also have some products already developed. Okay, so you can say we call that inventory. तो मैं basically यहाँ पर क्या कह रहा हूँ कि producer क्या कर रहा है? What producer is doing? They are not producing new product, but already he has produced some product which he has kept in his storeroom as an inventory. Now in this situation, what he will do? He will sell this product which he has already made in the past when inflation was of moderate level. Okay, or you can say whatever raw material he has purchased at that time. Okay, so whatever inventory he has, he will try to sell that at less prices. Okay, means earlier when inflation was not there, for example, he is selling at 100 rupees, but now he started selling less than 100. Now ultimately what is the purpose? You know that every product has a shelf life. Every product has a shelf life, means expiry date. So if you will not sell that product within that time period, so it's a loss for the consumer or loss for the producer. So producer has this mindset that whatever products I have already made, so I'll start selling it at less price. I'll start selling it at less price so that I can recover my loss. So I'm not saying that they are going to be in profit in order to recover the loss. So you can understand in this way, if suppose for example you have an inventory of 10 crore rupees, means you have a product worth rupees 10 crore rupees lying in your storeroom. Now you know that if you will not sell any product, you will get 0 rupees, or you will have a 10 crore rupees loss. Okay, you will have 10 crore rupees loss. So you decided to sell it at less price. Okay, so that by selling at less price, for example, you recover 4 crore rupees. Okay, at least you can say that I have recovered my loss. So until, no doubt in this also you have a loss, but loss of 6 crore. Okay, that is why producer starts selling at less prices. Okay, and this is a situation for deflation. Okay, so can we say that after this situation, when in high inflation, this is the situation. So within the high inflation, there will be a time. Okay, so you can say within the high inflation, there will be a time when producer starts selling the product produced earlier. So again I am saying I am not talking about new products, product which he has produced earlier, but that is left with the producer itself. Okay, produced earlier at less prices than the normal times. Why? Because in order to recover loss, and this is the situation of deflation, that is fall in the prices. So now you understood why deflation will be there. Clear? Why deflation will be there. Clear? Now you understood. Please tell me. Any doubt? Any doubt? Please ask me. I hope now you understood why deflation is there. Okay. So reason for deflation is this. So I have answered your first answer. Okay. So question that why deflation comes after high inflation. So answer is in front of you. Why deflation after high inflation? Because it is a situation which is responsible. Clear? Okay. Very good. Coordinator, please pass on the messages of the students. Okay. Okay. Now, very good. Okay. Now why deflation is dangerous. So we are talking about that. Okay. Now we'll talk about that. Why deflation is dangerous. Okay. Now, basically, you can say This is producer, P stands for producer and C stands for consumer. Now, no doubt, in order to run any economy, it is very important that there must be a circulation of money. Okay, that there must be circulation of money. Okay, so whenever there is a circulation of money, okay, then only you can see that economy will work well. So ultimately, circulation, money is just like a blood. So when it comes to your heart, so if there is a proper circulation of blood through your heart, then only you will survive. Otherwise, it starts getting fluctuated, so you will know what will happen. Okay, that is a problem of blood pressure. Okay, ultimately the same situation is here, that circulation of money is needed to run the economy. Okay, now in case of deflation, what we have seen that despite decreasing the prices, okay, like we have seen why deflation is there after high inflation, despite decreasing the prices, okay, consumer is not ready to purchase at less prices. Okay, despite decreasing the prices, okay, despite decreasing the prices, comma, consumer is not ready to purchase product. Now, why consumer is not ready to purchase product? The answer is very simple, because consumer feel that the prices will further reduce. Okay, because consumer feel that the prices will further reduce. Now, how many of you are engineers? Okay, further reduce. So ultimately, it is like this. You purchase product today. For example, in case of situation is of deflation, you purchase product at X rupees, or you can say, for example, 80 rupees. Okay, in normal times, product used to be sold at 100 rupees, but in the case of deflation, you purchase that product at 80 rupees. Now, next day, I went to the market and purchase the same product at 70 rupees, and I told you that I purchased at 70 rupees. So you will think, "Arey yaar, yesterday I purchased this product at 80 rupees, you purchased at 70 rupees." So in engineering language, you know what term we'll use, ki bhai lag gaya bhai apna to. Clear? So ultimately, this is what consumer feel, that prices will further reduce. That is why there will be no circulation of money. Okay, so this is what, whenever deflation is there, okay, whenever deflation is there, it becomes difficult for the economy to revive this circulation, and that is why it is dangerous. So at least whenever inflation is there, no doubt circulation of money is still there, although that circulation, speed of that circulation of money get reduced in inflation, but still circulation is there. But here circulation gets stopped. Okay, so you can say in deflation, circulation of money gets stopped. Okay, so that is why deflation is dangerous. Okay, so in order to revive it, or revival of that circulation is very difficult. That is why deflation is dangerous. Got it? Clear? So this is the reason why deflation is dangerous. Okay, so I have given you the answer for these two questions. That is question number 1 and question number 2. So I hope it is clear to you. Any doubt you can ask me. Now we'll talk about other conditions of deflation. Okay, other conditions of deflation. Clear? Any doubt, students? Okay. Other conditions of deflation. Okay. Okay, good. Now, other conditions. What are the other conditions? Now, basically, number one condition is, like, if assume that your economy is working normally, okay, your economy is working normally, okay, so means you are managing your inflation at 4 plus minus 2%, but at the same time, Government of India and Monetary Policy Committee both started following contractionary policies. Okay, means when at the same time, or you can say at any point of time, either it is your creeping inflation or any level. Okay, so at the same time, okay, both fiscal policy and monetary policy are contractionary. Means contractionary fiscal policy. Okay, contractionary fiscal policy and contractionary monetary policy. So if both the policies, okay, if both the policies are contractionary in nature, okay, if both the policies are contractionary in nature, that will also responsible for reducing the circulation of money. That is also responsible for reducing the circulation of money, and when this will happen, no doubt, that is why FRBM Act stated that there should be a coordination between fiscal policy and monetary policy. This is the reason, because their coordination is responsible for circulation of money in the market. Okay, so that is why there should be a coordination. Okay, so you can say that is why FRBM Act stated that there should be coordination of fiscal policy and monetary policy. Clear? I hope this condition is clear to you. Okay, this condition is clear to you. Clear? Okay. Okay. Now moving further. Second condition is which is responsible for deflation is, okay, the situation of liquidity trap. Now can anyone tell me what is liquidity trap? Second situation is liquidity trap. Now possibilities that, see, these are the terms. So sometimes you ask me, sir, what to read in current affairs? Okay, see, these are the terms which frequently come in the newspaper. Okay, newspaper. See, in your economy paper, either they'll ask you static maybe they'll ask you concepts. Okay, or any term related to static that comes in newspaper. Okay, okay, or you can say some trends. Okay, so ultimately this is what you have to remember. Okay, what is liquidity trap? See, one term is debt trap, we talk about in fiscal policy. Debt trap is different, liquidity trap is different. Okay, yes, Karan ne likha, people cash mein hold karenge paisa. Yes, very good, Karan. Now suppose you are earning money, okay, and whatever amount you get in your bank account, okay, you withdraw it on a daily basis, or you can say you withdraw it on a monthly basis. Okay, suppose you are getting a salary of 50,000, so you withdraw 50,000. Okay, now out of 50,000, whatever items you have to purchase, for example 10,000 you want to spend. Okay, so 10,000 you spend, and rest 40,000 you hold in your house, or you can say put in your house, in your, you can say, locker in your house, but not in bank. Okay, or you can say even in bank. Okay, but bank is not able to give that money to someone else as a loan. Okay, so ultimately that is a situation of liquidity trap. Okay, so it means if assume that all the people are earning 50,000 rupees. Okay, or you can say, I am just taking one small example. If suppose there are 10 people in an economy, and assume that all the 10 people are earning 50,000. Now on a monthly basis, what they are doing, they are spending only 10,000, and rest 40,000 they keep in their house. Okay, so it means there is a circulation of only 10,000, means 10,000 into 10,000. Okay, there is a circulation of 10,000 into 10. So assuming that 10 people are working, so it means there is a circulation of only 1 lakh. Okay, so only 1 lakh. But if this will also come in circulation, so there will be stability or not. So ideally we want that complete 50,000 should be in circulation. Means 50,000 into 10 means 5 lakh. Okay, so complete 5 lakh should be in circulation. But we have seen that only 1 lakh is in circulation. So it means circulation get reduced or not. So you can say liquidity trap. So liquidity trap is a situation which is further responsible for deflation. Okay, deflation. So you can understand in this way, economy has produced products as per the money supply. So as per the money supply in our example is 5 lakh. So economy has produced the supply of products as per rupees 5 lakh. But people are spending cumulatively or together 1 lakh only. Okay, so ultimately deliberately the production whatever they have produced as per the supply, they have to now sell it at less price in order to recover the loss. So that is a situation of deflation. Clear? Is it clear to you? Please tell me. Okay. Excess load burden. Student is writing excess load burden. Beta, that is debt trap. Okay. That is debt trap. Ki I am taking loan and now I am not in a position to return back. That is debt trap. Clear? Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Now this is a what you can say debt trap. Okay, liquidity trap. Okay. So these are the two conditions. So ultimately the concept here is deflation will be there whenever circulation of money get reduced. Okay, get reduced. Okay. So if you see newspaper that suppose news is coming like this, that circulation of money is reducing, circulation of money is reducing. So it means we are moving towards deflation. Okay, we are moving towards deflation. So deflation can occur because of these two. Okay, or when you reach to high inflation, that after that also you can say deflation will occur. Okay, so we can say that to occur or to have deflation, we have three conditions. Okay, we have three conditions with us. Okay, you can say one is contractionary fiscal policy and contractionary monetary policy. Second is liquidity trap, and third is high inflation. Okay, so definitely if you are not able to reverse the trend of high inflation, so deflation will be there. Okay, deflation will be there. Okay, so if deflation is because of contractionary fiscal policy and contractionary monetary policy, then you can say it is or you can say to decide what nature of policy we have to maintain, that is decided by the government and RBI. Okay, so ultimately they have to decide together. Okay, so it means if deflation is because of first reason, that is contractionary fiscal and contractionary monetary policy, then we can blame government and RBI. Okay, ki you are responsible for deflation. But when it is liquidity trap, so you can say people, that is citizen of the people, are not ready. Okay, are not ready to spend. That is why they are holding money in cash in their house. Okay, this is what you have to remember. Now, if you understood this thing, you have seen in newspaper like RBI used to say that you cannot keep more than rupees 2 lakh in your house. Okay, so you have to keep in bank. Okay, so ultimately when you keep the money in bank, it means although you are not using it, but someone else is using it. Okay, but someone else is using it means if suppose I am earning 50,000, 10,000 is my expenditure, monthly expenditure for example, 40,000 I keep in the bank. Now someone else will use that money, means bank will give it to the loan to someone else. Okay, so ultimately money is still in circulation. Okay, or you can say if suppose I kept in bank also, or you can say we all people kept our money in bank, but there is no borrower to purchase loan or to take loan from the bank. Why? Because banks are giving loan at high rate of interest. Then also there is a situation of liquidity trap. So you can say further extension of this, if suppose people put this savings, okay. So in this example we have seen that people putting their savings in the house. If suppose people put saving in banks also, but there is no borrower because of high lending rate, then also it is a situation of, you can say, deflation, okay, or you can say it will lead to deflation, okay. Why? Because this situation is also responsible for reducing the circulation of money. Clear? Okay, clear. Now one student is asking, sir, yes, money supply जैसे कम होना शुरू होगा तो ultimately deflation होना शुरू होगा, because when you reduce money supply, okay, so ultimately circulation, or you can say money supply is in the market but people are not ready to spend. You can understand in this way. Suppose we have a desire, like in this what I told you, that if suppose people have money supply, or you can say whatever money supply we are looking for, economy has ready for that, but people are not ready to spend, okay, so that is also deflation. So जरूरी नहीं है money supply कम होगा, no doubt when money supply reduce, no doubt deflation will be there. Why? Because reduction of money supply is responsible for reduction of circulation, okay, and ultimately deflation, okay. But even your money supply is there, but people are not ready to spend, okay, people are not ready to spend, means consumer is not ready to spend. So when consumer is not ready to spend, so company owners are not ready to invest. Then also it is a situation of money supply, okay. Now one student is asking, sir, please explain relationship of deflation and real wage. Okay, better real wage, if it is deflation, your real wage will reduce, no doubt in that. जब पैसे ही नहीं होंगे, so we have seen in high inflation, people get unemployed, okay, so ultimately real wage will reduce or not. Clear? I hope both the doubts are clear, the student who has asked.